The Alleghany Journal has gotten 2-for-1 this morning. Melinda Snead-Johnson and Kim Halterman, the two top people at the Alleghany Highlands Public School Division, join us today to talk about some of the issues that we think the public may be interested in. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Jerry.
Good morning. Thank you.
You know, Kim, when you signed up for this new position, we wondered, your friends and associates across the state probably smiled and thought, okay, she's going to be a new superintendent of schools. And then within a very, very short period of time, takes on, along with her associate, Melinda, one of the most difficult tasks probably in the education industry in Virginia, that of consolidating a school division. So you jumped right into the pot, didn't you?
Yeah. We have had a remarkably heavy workload this past couple of years, but we've also had a lot of remarkable joys, Jerry. It's been incredible to be a part of this process, but you are correct. This is an unusual process. We don't have any colleagues who knew exactly how to guide us along the way. We did have some friends who gave us some wonderful advice from some different places around the state. But for the most part, none of our colleagues have done anything like this project. And we've just been so grateful for the support of our entire community as we've moved through it.
And ladies, how many hot dog cookouts or meetings do you have to integrate two school staffs who really, you know, some of whom may have known the others, but maybe not so well. So staff integration had to be one of the key challenges, wasn't it?
Oh, sure. But we're also very fortunate to work with a lot of people who are just very gracious and adaptable. And the divisions historically have been doing several things together from professional development perspective. So we are very excited to be able to bring those teams together. But you are correct. It has required some intentional team building, and it will continue to require that as we move through the next couple of years ahead. We're excited, though, to have this team together. There's a lot of talents on this team.
And so you put the two schools together, and obviously, you know, there's some retreats and hundreds of discussions. Did you reach the goals that you set for yourselves, or this is a continuous process, obviously?
It absolutely is a continuous process. And we have 3 goals in our strategic plan, and we won't call those reached for a couple of years yet, because they're all about really big picture things we're trying to move towards. But we are pleased at this point in the process with the level of effort from our staff and our community, and the level of achievement from our staff and from our community supporting them. We're excited that several major pieces are now behind us of coming together, and we can work on polishing up this project as we move forward.
Please, we hope you will spare us some of these policy changes. We cannot imagine. I mean, Melinda, and I know you've been a big part of this. How in the world, if Fred gets up there one more time and change, I don't know how many, use your hands. How thick is the policy manual book? I mean, several inches, right?
It's a big policy, but it's been necessary from day one to update those policies. And we both divisions use the VSBA model, and we have used those still in our journey today. And we find that the policies changes that we've had to make are important to our staff, our families, and our students. And we hope it will slow down, but every year we get new VSBA policies 2-3 times a year. And we'll work through those, and we hope the public understands why we have to work through those.
Well, you know, we like the ones we like the most is when either you or Kim says, these are only English, they're grammatical changes. That's what we call the 45-second policy change. But to be more specific, to integrate school divisions, you've got to have these things written down. And for the most part, it really hasn't been a huge controversial process, has it?
I would say no. And I would go back to the question earlier about integrating the staffs. We have both divisions have wonderful staff who have gone forward in a very positive way to make this successful for our students. And I believe it will continue that way. So, Ms. Halterman, I don't know if you have anything to add about that.
I think that's just the really important point, is that we've been so blessed by people being able to be cooperative, to bring things to the table, to talk about different ways of doing things. One of the things that's really outside of the policy manual, Jerry, but it's just something that we like to really emphasize, is we try to bring forward the different ways we've accomplished any one task in our educational careers, and then come forward with the best way we can do it for Alleghany Highlands Public Schools, which is a real process. And we appreciate everybody participating in that.
Okay, so here we are in the summer, and all kinds of projects are going on, from the track to everything else. It does, covering a school board is quite an assignment, because you seem to have a multiplicity of things going on all the time, and you've made substantial investments along the way, and I'm sure the public can appreciate that. Sometimes the projects are say $5,000 or $10,000. And then sometimes they're several $100,000. So along the way now, we're looking at the summer months now. What are the big challenges ahead of you? You've got, obviously, the summer, and you got a plan for the next school year. But are there a couple of big goals that are confronting the school division that concern you the most? Or, is it just happy days?
Well, we are enjoying our work, and that continues to be true. But there are two things I would highlight here. One is we do have a number of larger construction projects, highly visible construction projects, like the track that you mentioned, moving full steam ahead this summer, which is a great thing for our community, but we're obviously monitoring those carefully. We also anticipate a variety of instructional changes from the state in the next year or 2 years. Speaking reasonably, we actually have a number of people at a training today to learn more about those. So those things are definitely going to be on our radar this summer, and I'm confident I'm missing other things that are on our radar this summer.
There's always projects in a school division that need to be looked at on a day-to-day basis and on a long-term basis. We have a great team that are helping us make sure we're not missing any of the major things that need to be done to have the schools ready for opening day, August 14th. And policy changes are always coming down from the state, and we watch those carefully. We have a great team of administrators and teachers who are looking at those with us, and we feel like the outcomes on day one of 24-25 will be positive.
Your communications guy's kind of embarrassing all of us in the press. Daryl Gleason cranks out these news releases, and it's nice to see the many stories, recent honors for your special education director and that kind of thing. And I said, hey, Gleason, you're making us look bad. It's clear to us we've been missing many stories that you're now publishing. And so that position, which is, I think, still unusual across the state, he's getting the word out about Alleghany Highlands Public Schools. And I know you two are directly working with him on it, but it's a big plus for many of us, even in the press. We either wouldn't have known about them, or alternatively, we're delighted to help spread the word.
We appreciate everything that you all do in the media to help us get the word out, and we absolutely appreciate that communication specialist position. The Alleghany Foundation has helped us launch that position, and we are forever grateful. There's so many good things to celebrate about our students and our staff, and we really like having that word out there. Daryl's desk is every bit as busy as our desks.
Yeah, this deep, I guess. All right, so now's the time in this interview for you to tell us all the stuff that we've really missed. We want to know, what are there some big controversies coming down the line, or is this just a cool integration that seems to be on an upward path as you two planned? That's a tough question, isn't it?
It is a tough question, because we'll always tell you our crystal ball is broken. So we can't anticipate everything that might happen, but we are just so pleased with our students, our staff, our families, our full community for their support of this project, and we look forward to great things to come. One of the common questions we're asked is if there are new opportunities for students because of the consolidation. The answer is yes. So we're always excited to celebrate those, and we're looking forward to doing some more of that this summer.
This is in a final note here. It's a little unusual from the press standpoint to be standing in a Board of Supervisors meeting, and one of the supervisors is so happy with the way the school integration has gone that he funds this huge expenditure. Well, it's not huge. Let's just say this. He advocates the expenditure of some money to reward students for their behavior and their achievement during the school year. He's that happy about the combination. I have to admit, that is unusual.
And we were more surprised by that as well, but most appreciative of that opportunity. And our students are one of the major reasons this has been such a successful transition, integration, consolidation. And the students were very, very proud of the celebration they received over the past couple of weeks. And we can't thank everyone enough for their thoughts and blessings on the celebrations, and our students were most happy about those. And Ms. Halterman, I wasn't able to attend any of them, but I think she was.
Yeah, I was able to get to a couple, and it was really exciting, and it was really neat. Several times we had students cheering when they were told that there was going to be a treat for them. And one of the things that we found really fun about that is our students cheered for that, whether they were young students or older students. They just sincerely appreciated the gesture. And our kids did receive a token of appreciation, depending on their age, either a Frisbee or a keychain. It was really cool. And some ice cream, and that's always a big hit. So a lot of calories consumed, but we enjoyed it.
Well, thanks very much for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.